What's up guys, it's the Devil's Talon here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at how you can improve your W keying and overall Cash Cup skills by analyzing one of NA East best pros, and that is Blake. But before I get into this VOD review guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, I recently just got my supporter creator code changed. If you'd like to support me in that way, please use the code Talon.fn in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, as you can see on the screen, we have Blake's POV. He's landing Shark. He is going to get a free elimination. This is obviously game 2 with him starting off with 3 points. Gets a free little, just kind of gimme points here. And as he rotates out, he sees his opponent swimming through. He shoots with the boat. He kind of gets a little bit scuffed here. Fighting in the water is the absolute worst. You're going to see an incredibly smart thing that Blake does here is he's going to bait a chop out smartly. Like the wide edits as well. Baits to break, looks for a shot, baits a break, gets the opponent to drop down, and immediately pressures, gets high ground quickly. Now this is something that I probably wouldn't recommend unless you got mouse, or unless you're an aim assist controller player, but 50-50 with that maybe could have broke and then went for a cone slide with a shotgun, but it's okay, he survives. Goes for a double swing there, an opponent getting a big. Creates an escape route now. Has a lot of space blocked here. This opponent is kind of trapped. Good crosshair placement right there. A nice little 56 tag. I love how methodical he tries and plays this. The opponent does eventually make it out. Good compact pressure. Doesn't cycle in completely. Nice cone right here. Pre-boxes temps. The opponent goes the other way. Nice cone slide, and then finishes the AR. That's good reload management right there as well, right? Recognizing he had already sprayed through with the compact SMG, so he switches the AR to finish the fight. And good wall pressure with the weapons. We saw that a lot in the day VOD review, was that his cup of tea was really never taking out his pickaxe to break walls. You see Blake constantly shooting the wall with the SMG, constantly shooting with the shotgun right here, shoots with the shotgun, 1 to pickaxe swing, immediately edit through the blueprints cone slide, and then good reload management, switch to the AR. Instead of spraying with the compact SMG. It's nice to see not controller players, mouse and keyboard players use SMGs here now and then. It's been the last two, and Alex, the previous VOD review, used SMGs quite a bit. Usually it is shotgun AR sniper and 2 heal, and or shotgun AR 3 heal, just depending on the preference. Gets a couple of tags here on this opponent. Sprays through, gets a little bit more tags with the SMG. Notice again, constant wall pressure, Mongrel Classic right here. 58 cracks, and then good attempts at piece control already blocked him off. The opponent was kind of lost, looking like a flopper. Gets a good tag on here. You're not going to see him just overly aggressive into this fight. You're going to see that opponent kind of make a dip and dash to run away. And Blake is going to put some aim assist in his bones, fry this opponent as he's trying to get away. A double swing here, and that's kind of what can sometimes happen. Better cross-height placement would have prevented that from happening. Good peanut butter peek, good read. Spraying through. You notice a lot that Blake also does is that he's going to immediately, once he doesn't get the wall, he immediately jumps and protects elevation level. Good spray through right there. Cone slide cracked, exactly. Day would be proud.
These comments on my Cash Cup videos from my WQ games. 0 ping, carried by 0 ping. Like, bro, I'm back in Florida and I'm still taking these kids' walls.
He's on 23 ping. It's not that. 0 ping and 23 are crazy difference. Good pressure with a scar there. Now you're going to see this RPG into piece control. Mongrel Classic doesn't get the full box like he wanted to. Good. Notice again, not taking out the pickaxe. Immediately cone slide. Weapon pressure. And just decides to go for the spray through because the damage can go through the builds and not edit. I really think that's really smart. But let's talk about this, right? We saw this a literal ton when I took a look at Day. Day was a master of this, constantly pressuring walls with weapons. And you're going to see it no different here for Blake, never taking the pickaxe out. First, he gets right on his wall. Boom, 1 shotgun shot to the wall. Get it weak. Scar through, doesn't get it. Okay. I got him to charge, I'm going to do it, I'm going to jump, get it, this time I'm going to cone slide you, I'm going to crack, and then I'm going to immediately jump, I'm going to edit the cone, try to do the Inspire Classic. I miss mechanically. Okay, I'm not going to wait for you to crack me with your shotgun. What I'm going to do is just spray through the AR because it's going to go through the builds and it's wood, so you're going to be dead anyways. And that's just small little things, but that's fight IQ right there. Blake is immediately pushed by this next opponent. Gets a wall ramp on him, almost gets it. The Noe Riley, amazing cracks right here. Good box right here. And then he's going to get this back wall. So huge piece control on display. Not the most smooth mechanically, but it gets the job done, right? Piece control doesn't always have to be pretty and consistent and fluid. As long as you get that piece control, that really all that matters. See this opponent right here? Takes a snipe at him. He's going to push with wood here. Just kind of ramp rushing, not overcommitting. This opponent's not deciding where he wants to fight. Builds out of wood very poorly. Opponent bouncers. So does Blake. He gets a 98 crack. Got to know that the opponent's probably around 150 HP. And then just good pressure with the Scar. Not much to say about that. Good. He's going to get a very, very nice third-party opportunity right here. And ends up frying him with a Scar. Scar charge so good. Scar lever so good. Scar is by far probably, I think it's still my opinion, the most broken gun there can be. It can function up close, it can function at range, it can function at mid-range. It's just so versatile. It just creates constant pressure. Using the bouncers, the W key 17 doesn't need it. Love this right here. Again, kind of just using the RPG for piece control as opposed to getting damage through. Pickaxe baits, fantastic full box piece control. Taj, what are you talking about? Pickaxe baiting. Pickaxe baiting. When you're jumping on people's walls, even if you're high paying, you're gonna let some people do the work for you. You let them edit out you, and you get free eliminations. You've already pressured the RPG. You see this opponent is bad. He's kind of running away. He doesn't want to fight. Has no confidence, right? Is what it looks like. And he's not building out of hard mats, so this makes this incredibly easy. Gives Blake probably a ton of confidence. Now right here, let's just, again, spraying through and then creating an exit path so he doesn't get piece control. Immediately baits, and he's at a right-hand peak. He's hugging that left side. Good crosshair place at 90, reset. The opponent shoots through, creates a cone to keep him on the same layer. He doesn't get that back wall, but then he hits the headshot. So clean, so good. He would have gotten that back wall anyways. And that is just fight IQ GG's. Moving on to the next engagement here. W key game, as you can see, not super stacked at all. Only 7 people in this. It's almost like a public match. Pressuring with the AR constantly. Ducking snipe shots, he doesn't care. So smart, getting the wall one tap with the RPG. Immediately, like you see, he doesn't get it once or twice, and then it's immediately block off the top. That's what he wants to do. Doing a good job of pressuring here. I think he switches to the pickaxe here because he doesn't have any Scar ammo. That's just fight IQ. It's little such things. Good piece control right here. Boom. Ends the fight quickly. And then he's going to reload immediately. That's the difference, right? It's like he could have taken out a Scar, wasted some time. But he's constantly thinking, I don't have AR ammo. Okay, I got to switch to pickaxe. Good attempt with this RPG. Gets another crack. Sprays through. Immediately. Doesn't get the wall. Blocks through. Opponent edits out right home. And then he immediately starts spam crouching. Now, you're going to see he gets actually some kills stolen here. He only ends up with 15 eliminations. 2 eliminations get taken from him, and he ends up getting the last kill. This is God tier loadout for endgame. His opponent's kind of building up close to him, and you're going to see the same type thing. He's going to go in the box and go for piece control. And the opponent actually had gone down already. Unbeknownst to Blank, spraying through with the air, cone slides. Opponent moves away, but eats a huge fat crack with the charged shotgun, and then it's immediate AR pressure. Good right here, spraying through, trying to get the cone slide, doesn't get it. The opponent actually flips the ramp. Opponent cracks, edits through, and then decides to edit down. And unfortunately, this other opponent steals his elimination. Now this opponent, I don't know what he's doing, but he's just blindly spraying at Blake, and the other opponent shoots him in the back. Gets a nice little tag. You can tell Blake is significantly better than these last couple people. Gets another crack. I don't know if this opponent has no mats. I don't know. 130. Blake's still having about 15 builds to play with, and then he just gets an AR tech. Yeah, 15 kills, you'll definitely take it even with those 2 stolen eliminations. It really is unfortunate. It may have been the difference for the tournament. Good, and this is a good example of how important your drop is. If you're mastering your drop, having that drop right there, it's got him 2 free points by him leaning first and just getting AR beams. Opponent takes 35 damage as he's third-partying a previous Coral Castle fight. Another, again, nice, just not even a pickaxe bait, just good crosshair placement, waiting for his opponent to edit out, and then he does the same thing. He does it twice. That's just good recognition. Letting your opponent do the work for you. Let's just watch it again in slow motion, just how he starts off that fight. So he jumps down, and he's making no attempts. 0 attempts to take the wall. He's literally staring at this guy dead in the face, and this guy is just dumb enough to just edit, literally staring. If the timing is, editing is all about timing. So nice little 40 crack. He jumps, reads, 32, gets a crack shield there. And then he realizes the opponent edits out. Boom, right on top of him. Blake edits him down. Shotgun GG is just starting, just methodical crosshair placement and gameplay. 34-2. 2 eliminations for this particular game. Really great job right here. Looking back towards edge zone. Doesn't get a favorable pull. This guy goes for the loot. Blake knows he has to kill him if he wants to get that particular loot. I like him methodically pushing into this protecting. Making sure he stays on the right opponent. 61 cracked. And then the X8 classic to finish. GG's. What an incredible job from Blake right there. Sorry guys, there was an ad. But let's just jump right into this. He's in the middle of this rotate, and he hits a very nice headshot snipe. He's going to get a refresh. He's going to get chug splashes. We see him bouncing into one of the moving zones here. Gets in ahead. Only 240 wood. Looks back, and then using the harpoon, just textbook for stacked endgames. Harpoon being one of your best friends. Conserve. Tarping. Only having wood, then switching to hard. This is fantastic attempt right there, but doesn't get it. Now this opponent almost kills him. He had no mats, unfortunately, so Blake eating a ton of damage, but fortunately good AR aim up close is going to end up bailing him out there. He's going to get a 150 mat refresh. He's going to splash once and then go. Leave the big. Doesn't have bouncer. Doesn't have an insane amount of mats. Only 20 brick, 7 wood, and 58 metal. He's looking for height here. This is good recognition of win condition. If it gave him height, so he's going to take it. The only issue is he doesn't have a significant amount of HP. He gets incredibly unfortunate that he just falls on that. Does a great job of immediately getting to dead side, and he gets another pick. Gets a little bit more mats, and then gets in really fantastic mechanical tunneling, moving through the builds like water. Great job right here, recognition. Using the X8 kind of to peek where he needs to go. Now he's got a significant amount with 3 quick pickups. He can make a play for height if he wants to, but he doesn't. He wants to tunnel, get ahead. He has floppers, 400 brick. So using as many mats as he possibly can. And getting ahead. Now top 3 situation. Good recognition that opponent's down on low. Cracks him. Doesn't go for any particular peek right there. Just wants to cover his back quickly. Getting ahead as he possibly can. Opponent actually makes a good play on him. He doesn't go back for those materials, I believe.
Motion detected at the bedroom door.
He's going to get up as far as he possibly can in this 1v1. Only 2 builds to work with. Opponent makes a play for him. He gets a right-hand peek crack, and then it gets it again, and absolutely clutches. I would definitely consider that an insane clutch.
Oh my god! Bro.
Him getting height in that late zone allowed him to really pick up 3 eliminations. He's probably surprised he won it, and he's off to 70 points in 2 games. If he was to keep that pace, it would be the best probably cash cup in the history of the game. But, of course, obviously, these games get a little bit more stacked, and as you can see, Holly Hedge 43. Now, this is so dirty. This is one of the dirtiest kills I've ever seen in a freaking cash cup. This guy just hops in, yoop, boxed, boop, back. I don't know if this guy just card in. This guy flung in. I want to watch this again just for the memes. Because it's almost like he kind of gets fed this kill. I don't even really understand where this guy came from. Let's see. He looks, peeks back. I swear this guy like flings out of a car or something. It's so fast too. That's what I find. It's just so fascinating about it. He just sees his opponent jump over. He builds a ramp and then gets piece control. The opponent not recognizing that Blake's in that box. Boom, and then he's gonna get those back walls too, and gets a nice little refresh, like thank you, special delivery, care package, whatever you would like to call it. Really, really fortunate for Blake there. You're gonna go. I clicked it. It didn't work. It's okay. He goes. That was easy. Okay, I guess this thing is not. This has been horrible for me. Gets a nice little refresh. 40-man zone. Playing that dead side right here, tarping on this dead side.
This kid's on my meat, bro.
And he's using all these old builds. Look, he's getting all this protection with very little mat usage. Good layer switch. Get away from that congestion. Tank some zone. It's worth. Immediately getting space. And then double boxes once he gets in. Maybe looking for a height. Sees opponent taking a big. Good job. Not really overcommitting. He should probably cover his back here, and I think he does do that eventually. He goes, oh yeah, I need to cover my back. And that's exactly what he does. He gets another fortunate pull. So this is going to be a really good high placement game, I believe, for Blake, just because
Shambles, I think.
it's a very fortunate beam right there. A last bullet just sneaking in on the back heel, Achilles heel right there, and he kind of gets to recycle his old tarp. He can play lower if he wants to as well. Still taking a look at height. Then he gets kind of piece controlled and he says, no thank you. Nice 31 crack. Oh, so nice. I love him not committing to that. He goes, screw you, I gotta rotate. You're griefing my rotate, sir. Get off, get away from me. And he's just not overzealous. He knows he has a harpoon to get in whenever he wants. And he lets everything kind of develop from him. It's just and then he gets onto dead side using what little mats he can. I believe he's going to get pinched here. It's an absolute miracle he gets out of that. And he finds floppers, fortunately. Someone's trying to key him in zone. Fortunately enough to get floppers there. I don't think if he finds floppers he survives. Doesn't decide to go for it. But he has a good amount of mats, so you see the tarping skills are fantastic. Immediately prioritizing a deader sided zone, playing ultimate low. Placing a protective cone over himself. This is just textbook. He conserves tarp here until I believe he runs out of mats here. I think he didn't. I think he had. Yeah, you can see a little facial twitch right there. He didn't know he had little mats. Good crack right here. And then he ARs this opponent and gets another refresh. Gets basically 2 refreshes to use a little bit of materials. Fortunately, he's going to be pressured from all around here, but getting ahead, cutting off other opponents. Look at all this space that he's created for him to work with, look for angles, and get away from people. Looking low for something, doesn't find it. Fortunately. Now this is just unfortunate. He just kind of feels this opponent gets taken out. And then someone with Dragon Shot, he comes from behind him, but he gets 5th. But that's... Look at 83. Game 3, or game 4, the toward pace. Same thing again. What can you do landing at Shark? You can get beams. You're going to hear him say,
Now I win the tourney by 1 point. And
if I win the tournament, it's just because that's 2 tap, because he's a goat. God, what a crazy, nasty angle. That's knowing your drop spot. This was very strange to me that he decided to take such a... I don't know if his opponent had no mats or what.
Like my angles? Like my angles? Shaw Charlie dead.
I'm just not sure why he wasn't building there. I don't know if he just was memeing a little bit or what. I have no particular idea. He's third-partying this fight at Coral here. Good crosshair, or good aim, not good crosshair placement. And then Psycho's in, and this should be good. 2 missed shots actually turns this into a horrible situation. I don't mind him psychoing in there just because he has a health advantage, and the opponent was on 1 floor. Just better aim. And now he's going to... The difficulty of popping bigs immediately switches to hard mats, but trying to get a big off against any decent opponent with 87 points, you know the elo is going to be very good.
How do I miss that?
Yeah, he says how he threw so hard. So he knows he made the mistake. And you see how difficult it is to get bigs off in any particular engagement. Even use of hard mats and tunneling effectively. You're going to have to go for some sort of counter damage peak if you can. You see him creating a lot of space, trying to get a big off. Now this opponent's going to over-aggress in.
Bedroom door.
Nice 76. But it's a big enough of a crack right here with this X8 Classic. One of the most overpowered moves. He sees his opponent breaking. And then he cracks him for 68. He goes, yeah, I think I'll just build up and heal instead. Get my 2 bigs off. That's what you need. That's a perfect textbook example. It's like, okay, you tried creating space. You've tried creating a ton of space. Okay, it's not working. This opponent's doing well. I have to take counter damage shots and be smart about them. A protected X8 Classic is going to be really, really good. But not a lot of people expect it. With that ramp phase technique, we saw Clicks do that in his VOD review most recently. Now he's getting good tap fire cracks with the screen tack. And this is all kind of a result of scuffing those 2 shots that he missed. His opponent had no mats either. You see 42-man zone right here. So he's just praying and hoping. He thinks he's dead here because he's getting held on a max pull. And here's this opponent just breaking through and an absolutely nutty snipe. And all of a sudden his day his game's saved a little bit. He gets some mats. He gets a bouncer. Immediately takes it. I love a decision not to psycho in there. And immediately getting to that dead side. Same thing. Look at this. Same thing. Get me to a side where I can hug, where I have tons of space to maneuver. Look at how much ground he can claim. And he even decides to bouncer even closer in to save his mats. This is a stack game again. 6 eliminations, 983 above surge. Good wall pressure. This is what the God tags are so much for. Doesn't decide to go for it. Felt like he didn't need to. Like, even if you have full piece control, opponent just shows that sometimes you don't have to. Immediately bouncers forward. Beautiful crack, Mongol Classic. Now that is a smart psycho play right there. It's a psycho play. He had him on peak control, caught him with his opponent's backs. He had no idea. Almost all pros I see showing a preference in endgame and solos having this tack. It's just so worth it. It allows you more room for error to miss your shots. Good recognition. Immediate layer switch when he's on the same layer of that opponent. Just little things. Then win condition. Can I knock down height? Yes. Can I get height? Yes. This opponent, he ends up getting height there. Just a good, smart recognition of win condition. He looked back, looked height, wasn't shambles, wasn't connected properly, and boom, he's up on the high ground, dominating. And then just constant pressure. 680 AR, you can't take it with you, so you might as well try and pressure anybody that's near or around you. Zone kind of fortunately goes back. He also has to play like he has a lot of mats. So that's frying out, pressuring the lobby. Oh, so close to getting elimination there. And then again, same thing. You saw an attempt at a protected bouncer. Doesn't save him from getting fried all the way down. Does a good job of just good reload management, pressuring, using every little mat that he can, letting things develop in front of him. Sees this person in second height. He says, okay, I'm spraying you, getting you off away from me. I don't want you making a height take. This opponent makes a bouncer play, and he's going to realize that Blake has no mats, and this guy's going to throw, miss shots, and then get cracked. And this guy was absolutely stacked, 3-2-1. Just not a smart play from that particular individual. With Blake on no mats, just if he pressures him just a little bit, he realizes that Blake has mats. Cracks, I don't think he's going to attempt to psycho in. He has heals. He has good amount of mats. This should be, now, after that insane impact on someone that just kind of basically threw, he's tap firing the living hell out of this guy with attack. Now this is the one thing I don't understand. How many mats he has. There's no need to psycho in. He's already done a significant amount of damage. He ends up clutching up here, but in my opinion that was probably not the play, to psycho in there with one. It's not like he needed it. He had 300 mats in ninth. He edits this guy down beautifully, gets a nice little kill onto Casker, and then hits an insane shot. That's an insane clutch from probably a bad play. And let's just take a look at the replay, why I just don't agree with him going in there. And I think like you would also agree that it's a mistake, and mistakes happen to the best. But you're going to see how healthy his material is, all right. Having this in Night Zone, having 380 mats in Night Zone, why take a 50-50 in the box, you know? and then he just gets cracked, and then this opponent, I mean, nearly kills him without that floor. He has mats and heals, and that 300 more mats. He keeps that high ground, and makes the win a little bit more comfortable, makes it a little bit more easier. But one thing that I just see from Blake, Jesus, I can't say his name. Blake's gameplay overall is the ability to get to his drop spot fast, allows him to get an AR and just basically bully people that have no mats. Like Shark is a very shambles. You have to land there perfectly, but you saw him get at least 4 eliminations there at Shark, kind of give him some confidence, give him some early free shield, off spawn, really good. I mean, one thing that was really incredibly impressive to me was the layer switching, the tarping mechanically, and very, very, very good methodical tarping, very protected tarping, editing through sides, finding God layers, finding, I think the thing that was most impressive to me, always going to dead soda, always finding really, really creative ways to win. There was a lot of situations. He clutched up insanely well. This situation was scuffed when he was on high ground and got dropped down. He found a quick 3 eliminations, was able to clutch that up even on the low ground. So Blake's clutch factor was very, very impressive to me. I really liked the W King was methodical. Then like we talked about, a lot of the AR weapon pressure was very, very good, and the little nuanced things with the fight IQ. This is the first time VOD reviewing Blake, and I can tell he's an incredibly intelligent player with the little minute stuff when he goes for the Inspired Classic and doesn't get it, instead of taking the 50-50 shotgun shot. By making that edit, he just sprays through with it, right? Damage will go through. It's less of a 50-50 when opponents crack that much. It's such small little minute things that Blake does, recognizing that, oh, I don't have AR ammo, so I switched to pickaxe pressure instead this time. It's just something that, like, we didn't see him swing on a ton of walls, but in the situation where it was his only play, he was smart enough to know that, instead of trying to shoot an empty gun on a wall, let the opponent get away, get heals off. So it was pretty incredibly impressive in my opinion. I really enjoyed watching Blake in this VOD review. But that is going to do it for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.